Word. We live. Damn, I forgot my little clapper. It might be in there. Fuck it. Yo, what's good?
What's good?
It's episode, 202 of the No Hangover podcast from the new studio / fucking podcast room. We back at it. We're going to start pumping these out, trying to get back to the weekly grind of putting them out, once a week, getting back to that consistency. As you see, we got familiar face with me, Mike Lowe, back with us. What's good, brother? How you been?
I've been good, man.
Man, new year, chilling, 2025. We're trying to, how you feel about New Year's resolutions? Because I have my opinions on those, and I want to hear what you have to say about it first before I get mine.
Okay. Well, my opinion on it is that I think it's more of, it's a branch off of capitalism. So I think it's just another way to get people to spend money, honestly, on just because there's a market for New Year's resolutions. Yeah. So, and the thing is, I just think that if you're going to change, bro, you're going to change. Like, right. What do you need? Like, if you need that to facilitate change, I get it. But if we look at just the facts of it, most people, they renege on their resolution. Yeah. I'm just saying, in my experience of people that I've met. Yeah. That's not to throw shade on people, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that if you're going to change, it shouldn't take the first of the year. Right. But I get for the ones that it may take that. But I just feel like majority of people, bro, you
either want it or you don't. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, like you said, it is kind of a good, if you are trying to start something, change something, whatever, like it's a good starting point. But like for me personally, like I feel like it, my goals are the same until I reach the goal. So it doesn't matter on the year, doesn't matter on the day, the month. Like the goal is the same goal until I reach that goal. Yeah. So it just kind of feels like a cop out in a sense. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like it's, and I'm not putting people down that have New Year's resolutions. It works for some people, whatever. But like bigger picture, it just kind of seems like it's just kind of like, well, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Like, why do you need the reason besides doing it for you or for whoever?
It's like,
or whatever.
Damn, it take the whole year. Like, damn, it's like at least 6 more months. Where, like, when you come to in your mind, like, okay, I think I'm gonna do this. Is you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and I get it too, because like there is the illusion of time that we have as far as like, months, years, days, all this shit, it helps put timetables on things and stuff like that. And, towards the end of the year, I do, I personally get a little bit more reflective and things like that. I mean, there's certain points within the year, my birthday, end of the year, things like that I kind of reflect on, past year, of the calendar year, my birthday is like, the past year of like my life, of the calendar of my life and things like that. So, it's not that it's not helpful, but again, it just feels like, you're going to do it, just do it.
Right. I wouldn't wait till the year to change. Like, as soon as I thought, like, I need to change, immediately I'm going to start moving in that direction. Like,
what's something that you feel like you feel like you had to change? Like, and it doesn't have to be necessarily right now, but like there's a point in your life where you're like.
And the main thing in my life as a man right now, I had to change my attitude, my anger. I had to get that in control. I've been shot before, and it had stemmed from my anger, not controlling myself. So it was so imperative to make that decision because I was able to see, like, okay, somebody gonna kill me, or either I'm gonna kill someone else, and not because I want to kill them, not like because I'm gonna pull out a gun and kill them. No, I hit this nigga too hard, or. You know what I'm saying? Because I hit hard. Like, I've been in a lot of fights, and I realized I hit hard.
It's funny that you say that because I was just listening to a podcast today where they were talking about that, and it's like you'd be surprised at the amount of times that street fights without weapons end in a death because you knock somebody out and they smack their head on the fucking ground.
Exactly.
That can result concussion. That can result in death.
I've seen
shit
that
like that
a few times, more than a handful, where I hit someone and they was out. Even looked like they was seasoned. Yeah. And I left the scene thinking like, damn, I don't know if I killed him or not. And I was actually paranoid for days. Yeah. Even looking on the internet, man died from fight because I was like, fuck. Like, I ain't no killer. Yeah. I ain't trying to kill nobody, but my anger is like, you try me and in my mind, I'm gonna hit your ass. Yeah. If I felt like you are getting aggressive with me. Like, that's just what it was. Like, don't get aggressive because I'm gonna get aggressive. Yeah. Fight or flight, I fight. Yeah, I don't flight. You know what I'm saying? So,
what do you feel like? What kind of like, I guess, tools, coping mechanisms, realizations, letting go of resentment. Like, what was it for you that kind of was the catalyst to all right, I need to get this shit under control, and like this, you know, what was the steps that you took to help you get to that point of a more, you know, peace, zen type of mindset?
Well, two things. One, children. Once I had children, I realized like I'm living more than for just me, and I can't be doing this no more. And two, just the redundancy. Like, damn, how many times I go through this? How many times I find myself in this situation? Like, fuck, something got to change, bro. You know, like literally, I had fights in the middle of the road, bro, at a light. You're like, just
traffic light.
Yes, bro. I got jumped one time. I still beat their ass, but damn. I'm just saying, it's been situations where like I had lost it, bro, and I just realized like I got to stop. And it took a while to get it together because it was my whole life. I've been fighting my whole life, and so those are the main two, bro. It's like how many times do you go through something before you're like, how many times do you keep going through something and having the same result that you necessarily don't want until you change it? Yeah. Like if you don't want something, change it. You have the power. Yeah. Like literally, like life is the way it is because we choose to do the things we do that result in it. Yeah. And I understand that, and so I realize if I want different results, I got to switch it up. Ain't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over, expecting different how many times we fighting? This shit gonna change. Yeah. So that's what it really was, the home run outside of the kids.
Did it? So like, was it just something that like just clicked for you, and it was just like, all right, like that's it, I'm done, like, and it just kind of like happened, or was it like a gradual process for you?
Yeah, it took years, bro. It took at least 5 years, like at this point in my life, and like maybe the last year or so, like I ain't trying to fight, bro. Like obviously, if you gonna swing on me, I'll do your ass in. Yeah. But if you just talking, bro, just take your ass on. You probably broke. You probably mad. Like back then, I wasn't thinking that. I'm just thinking like you trying me, you getting bucky.
Taking
like,
it too personal.
Nah, taking it too personal. Exactly. So at this point, it's like I realize that it's probably them, not me.
Facts, bro.
And when you shift that perspective, change happens. Change happens instantly. Yeah. It takes time for results. Change is spontaneous. Yeah. As soon as you decide. Yeah. This shit deep, bro. It's mental. Yeah. Results take time.
Facts. Yeah.
And so that's what happened.
I need to get this quote somewhere in here, get it on the wall. But one of my favorite quotes, and I'm sure I've said it to you, but as soon as I heard it, like that was a moment like where shit just was clicking for me. I'm just like, wow, like it makes so much goddamn sense that people are not against you, they're for themselves. It helped me take so like everything that I was taking personal, everything that, you know, people were out to get me, people were, you know, doing this, inspired me, this, that, whatever. It was just gone in an instance. I was like, damn, like, no, like people are looking, like people inherently are looking out for themselves. And I just might fit the mold of what might be bothering them or what their resentment is or what they're mad at. And I just might fit the mold in the moment, so they're taking it out on me. But 9 times out of 10, it's nothing against me. I just happen to be in the way at that moment.
And you know what's up, bro? People are so more tuned into celebrities and people they don't know that they fail to realize the human aspect of us, in the sense that we're so detached from people we actually know that you realize that fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. It was deep too. Fuck, I forgot. It was like there.
Talk about celebrities, people too in tune with their celebrities.
They get so tuned into people they don't know that like, bro, we all take stuff personal. We're all victims to ourselves. Yeah. But sometimes we get so caught up in people we don't know that we feel like we shouldn't be away. And sometimes we run from that part of ourselves that sees the truth. Yeah. In the sense that how many people can admit I'm taking something personal? It ain't me, it's them. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like we're all victims to that, bruh. We all take shit personal. It like from your celebrity to your rich person to the poor person. And being able to see that, how you don't take things personal, is what facilitates your growth. It's all about perspective. It all comes back to how you see things. Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about this before we started recording, that, you know, the lack of people being able to be alone with themselves and their own thoughts and shit like that, you know, there's so much things that you could fill up that time with, you know, social media, fucking podcasting, video games, TV, you know, stream this, watch that, fucking reels, all that shit. But you know, the real growth is when you're with yourself, with your own thoughts, you know, working through these things on your own. Because like I was saying, you know, you're with yourself your whole life.
Right.
Why would you not want to get to know yourself to the best of your ability? Why would you not want to understand what makes you mad, what makes you happy, what's going to motivate you? It's scary, but
that's scary to a lot of people.
I feel like it's scarier to run away and like not know yourself.
These things you're talking about, that's going to force me to change. That's going to force me to be in a space that I don't know. That's unfamiliar, uncomfortable for a majority of people. Yeah. So markets are created to capitalize on those emotions. Hence, video games, music, celebrity, all this shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Even though you may not understand it, that's the reality. Yeah. That shit will scare people. It will force change. You telling me I can't eat all day? You telling me I can't play video games no more? You telling me I gotta dedicate myself to change? That's uncomfortable.
Oh man.
Majority of people.
And it is, but like.
And what you're talking about, how that's more scary, oh, they'll get it. Oh wait, if they live to be the age, oh yeah, it'll come back. The snake always bites itself.
But it's fucking, at that point, it's like you see so many people that's like, you know, they're 60, 70 years old and they have all this regret on their deathbed, and it's like, you had all this time, you're 80 years old, you had fucking, you know, say, you know, a round number from 20 to fucking 80, you had 60 years to figure this shit out, and now you know, life is, you know, your life is coming to an end, you're coming to grips with your mortality, all these things, and now you want to, you know, try and figure this out. So now you got to shuffle through fucking 60 years of trauma, 60 years of memories, of emotions, of this and that. And it's like, when you could have just started when you were, for me at least, like personally, it was around like 22, 23 when I was probably at, I wouldn't say my angriest, but I was at a point where, you know, I felt like I had a lot of built up resentment towards the adults in my life. I had a lot of resentment towards this, towards that, towards, you know, you fucking name it, whatever you want to have resentment towards. But at a certain point, I'm like, okay, well, I understand. I'm becoming an adult. I'm doing these things. Like, I can either continue to hold on to these things, understand that at this point, it's hurting myself more than it's hurting the other people, because I'm the one that's carrying this shit with me.
Right.
Or I can let this shit go, start the healing process, understand that I have the power to pour myself into whatever relationship I want to, and I have the power to take away from whatever relationship I want to. I have the power to build on relationships that I want. I have the power to be like, you know what? I'm doing too much. They're not giving me enough. No hard feelings, but I'm going to back off a little bit. And sure enough, you know, the relationships that I was working on, that I cultivated, that I wanted, all these things, they started trending in the right direction. Whether it's at the pace that I wanted or at the speed that I wanted is a different thing. But, you know, the relationship with my parents, with my siblings, with my friends, you know, with coworkers, all these things, you start to see that when you start putting that time into it, you know, you're gonna get something from what you're putting into. And for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the relationship that I have and the relationship that I've cultivated in my life. But then you'll see people that are still steady pointing the finger to everybody else, and it's not my fault, it's their fault, and this, that, whatever. And one thing that I came to realize is that there's blame to go around. It doesn't matter if it's a parent-child relationship, if it's a romantic relationship, if it's a friendship, if it's business. There's blame to go around as to why things aren't working. 9 times out of 10. There's those outliers that it's like, all right, you can solely put the blame on this person, but more times than not, it takes 2 to create a problem. And if you start realizing that shit, then, you know, again, I feel like a lot of that resentment and a lot of that anger that people have will just start to fucking dissipate. Right. Like you said, results take time, but the change is there. It's instant. If you decide you want to make a change, you'll start feeling it inside yourself so quick. Now, you know, how long it takes to see the results is something different, but you know, I feel like that's the beauty of it. Too many people are worried about, you know, getting to that final point instead of enjoying the road. Yeah, you're good. Instead of enjoying the time that it takes to get there and to cultivate and the things that are going to make this relationship last. The memories you build from it, you know, the fights, the laughs, the crying, all that shit. I feel like people are just so quick they want the instant gratification right now, but in things like that, like, but that shit takes so much time.
With everything you have said, do you understand or can you see how there has to be people like this?
Of course, because it's the yin and the yang.
Everyone can't be like you. Yeah. Because the thing about this, and I'm not trying to, for the viewers and everyone who may not understand racism, I don't want to necessarily take it there, but the European mindset of everyone, what I'm saying, everyone can't be rich. Everyone can't know. There has to be that bottom.
Yeah.
It has to be like that. And so, unfortunately, but fortunate for you, maybe me, other people we know, unfortunate for most people, they have to be victims of it.
Yeah.
Even though the illusion is they're not victims of their circumstances, they're the creators of their circumstances.
Yep.
They don't see that because they're under mind control. The instant gratification that you speak of is a byproduct of being able to click and it's there. This social media, this phone, what it does to your, remember, we're bioelectric chemical beings. We have electricity going through us.
Yeah.
And all this shit plays a part in that. How it's interacting with your brain, bro. These phones and these electronics. Think about it. Everything is pretty fast when we came from a spot that everything took a while to get here.
I mean, even just the birthing process. It takes 9 months for you to get into this world.
And just in 200 years, we have come further than we have came
in 10,000 years.
Beginning of time, almost, like with just the innovation of it. You know, innovationally, we have airplanes. Like, what the fuck? You can see here.
We're going into space. There's people talking about colonizing Mars and shit.
You can sit here and go ahead and get into conspiracy theories of, okay, back then we had all that. Okay, if you want to do that, I'm with you. But I ain't dealing with theories. The fact is, we don't know of any airplanes that they did. Like, it's all theory.
You want to know something funny? I was
like, we're innovative at this time. We're doing magic, dog.
Yeah.
You're literally about to post something that people are gonna watch via Wi-Fi. Yeah. Nobody knows how the fuck this shit's connected, but we're using it.
Facts.
How you know somebody ain't connecting to your ass? Yeah. Because everything that they do in this reality is a reflection of you. You are a Wi-Fi signal. You can connect, bro. They don't get that without the being, the temple,
the frequency and the vibrations that you were saying.
Everything as above, as within, so without, bro. You don't. Everything is even from, like, let's say a bulldozer. That's all. They get that shit from the joint of your arm. Yeah. They don't get it out their ass. It's a reflection of the human being. Yeah. On just a more amplified level, it can do thousands of pounds. Yeah. Where your arm can only do 100. Yeah. It's all a reflection of the human. It's so deep, bro. And they line straight to our fucking faces, bro.
You know what's funny, though? That we're talking about.
And smiling, too, doing it. Like, trust me. Like, it's evil, bro. Yeah. There's no good or bad. Throw that shit out the window. You're going to get lost. It's righteousness and there's evil. That's all. There's no right or wrong. Just righteousness and evil. And you know what's right. Yeah. You know when the fuck you doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. So for everybody that's like, well, what's righteousness? You know what day you doing something wrong.
You get that feeling
you know
in your gut.
You're not doing something right. It's not that you feel like you're doing something wrong. You feel like you know this ain't right.
Yeah. Right.
It's deep.
Yeah.
And you know, that's my quote right there. It's deep. It's so deep. Like, it's not microwave food, I'm telling you. Like, this is a dinner. Well, I'm feeding you you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no bullshit, bro. It can be observed. Yeah. I'm telling you. As y'all listen to this, you can apply this in your life, what I'm telling you. Yeah. Man, and I've been through a lot, bro. So maybe that's why I'm able to see things that I see. Because I never been to high school. I got my diploma, but I grew up in detention centers, juvenile jails. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah. Maybe in another episode we can do that. Yeah. But I didn't have, like, okay, next period. I don't know what it's like to go to the cafeteria and have lunch with your high school friends. Yeah. I've never experienced that. You have, maybe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So how we're gonna see shit different. Yeah. I didn't have a class. I don't know about all this shit you're talking about.
But even in that,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even in that, like, it's. I mean, we have similar mindset though. Different paths, but similar mindset. So even though we grew up differently, we're still seeing things from a similar lens. Right. And that's really what it comes down to. And that's, for me, that's
rare. I'm telling you. Because everyone can't have this conversation we having. And if you think, I know everyone can't have this conversation we're having. Yeah. We're fluent. We ain't cutting each other off. Yeah. We ain't talking over each other. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. We're having a intellectual conversation, which everyone can't have, believe it or not. I'm telling you.
No, for
I be
sure.
talking to people.
Trust me,
and
dog.
it's like all about what you think. Damn, are you trying to hear what I'm saying?
Right,
and
right.
So sometimes it's like,
it's too many people trying to be right and not trying to get it right.
Told you, it's not about right or wrong. And like you say, people want to be right, bro. It's not about right, bro. If you speaking truth, you speaking truth.
Right. Yeah.
Who you trying to convince, me or yourself?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that, they feel like, especially nowadays with, just how the social climate is, the political climate is, all these things. People want to feel
Social media, bro.
People want to feel like they're on the right side of history and shit like that. When it's like, there is no right side of history. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's really about, like I said, it's not about being right. It's about getting it right. And too many people are too worried about being right, whether it's who you voted for, who you pray to, who you don't pray to, this, that, whatever. When it's like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not a very religious person, but I'm not going to sit here and say that somebody that is religious is wrong, because I don't fucking know what happens when you die. No, how can I know? I've only lived. And even even for people that have died and brought back to life, like the chemicals that get released in your brain while you're still like, your body is still functional for like 2 or 3 minutes before you actually are like dead, done, for real, done. So it's like, even then, like your mind is still working after your body has shut down for at least another 2-3 minutes. When people get brought back to life, they had, they're saying that, well, I saw this, I saw Jesus, I saw Muhammad, I saw whoever the fuck I needed to see. But it's like, nobody really fucking knows what the fuck is going on. So when people really try and like, just plant their flag on the ground, whether it's religious, whether it's political, and like, this is right, this is the answer. It's like, man, like how can you actually know? How do you actually know? How can you actually prove to me that this is right? You can't. You just feel like it is because of your thought process, because of your perspective, because of how you feel about shit.
Well, I would say this. I can't prove it to you, but all my philosophies and my teachings that I know, that the fact that I don't know, but you think you know, paradoxically, I know what I know is true. In the sense that the fact that everyone doesn't know what you, if you was a Christian or the Christian community, the fact that everyone doesn't know what y'all know lets me know that I know you don't know what you're talking about. Why the hell why only if I go through this, I'm able to know what you know. And we know how corrupt the Christian church is. So I don't know what happens after earth, after this, but I know damn well, if you think you know,
you don't know shit.
We don't know shit. Because if you knew, you wouldn't act like this.
Facts.
You just wouldn't. That's logic. That's just sitting there thinking like that. There's no way, bro. It just don't make sense to me.
The wise man is quiet. The wise man is quiet. You don't hear him.
Facts.
You don't hear him fucking gloating that I know this, this is what is going on, this is what's happening. The wise man is quiet until you sit down and have a conversation with him. Then they talk, but it's more of dialogue than conversation. It's open-ended stuff. Because again, you can have your thought processes, you can have your beliefs, and not to say that it's right or wrong. You believe what you believe because of your experiences and the million different things that go into what you believe. But it's not about saying, well, that's not right, that's not, unless it's like, obviously there's just certain factual things in this world that are like that you can't, you're just saying shit just to say it. But like when it gets down to the deeper level of like of life and death and belief and spirituality and all these things, it's so hard for me to get behind somebody that feels like they know what the word is and what everything is, when it's like inherently we cannot know.
Right.
So how the fuck do you know? Why are you chosen?
Like kind of like what I was telling you before we started recording. It's like when you deal with philosophy, a knife does not cut itself. It cuts everything but itself. Mm-hmm. A flame burns everything but itself. Mm-hmm. The paradox of being a human is that to know yourself, you have to be less than. You have to retract. Mm-hmm. You cannot be 100% of something and know it. You would have to be 90% and then know the 10%. Yeah. Be 40%, know the 60%. And that's what we're going through right now. This is where that God philosophy talk comes in. Because since God has never talked to anybody, nobody can sit here and say, man, God talking to you. You can say that shit, but hell nah, man. If God ain't going to speak to all of us, that's yourself. And what I'm trying to say is that this whole God thing stems from man. We are God. We are all God. Experience itself as a human being. And to know itself, it had to become less than. God has to experience itself in this way to know itself. Mm-hmm. It's so deep, bro, what they not telling us, bro. And that's how they control us, bro. It's all about capitalism and exploitation. And when you understand and you start to look into slavery, This ain't got shit to do with color. Get that shit out the window. I'm talking about the institution of slavery.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck what color you are.
Right.
If you can study that, if you can start to learn that, you'll see why the fuck we are here today and why we're against each other, why we're not together, why we can't put egos aside. It's nothing new. It reinvented itself.
Fuck, man.
It's so crazy
It's
what
a
they're
hamster
doing.
wheel. It's a hamster run on the hamster
and
wheel.
as long as you're participating, you have to be a victim of it. Because the thing that you're participating in, capitalism, it's a beast. It's undefeated. You can't whoop it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It always will conquer your ass. If you not the source itself. You got 10%, let's say 5% that owns everything, and you got the 95 that's they're consuming off of.
Yeah.
And if you're not a part of that group, by default, you must be exploited. Whether you're being exploited, let's say you might be a millionaire. You're still paying, you're still being exploited.
Yeah.
Whether you're making 20,000 a year or 20 million a year, like the athlete's a celebrity, you're still being exploited.
Yep.
You're just
One
too
way or
fucking.
another.
The illusion is so deep you don't realize it.
Yep. One way or another. One way or another.
Man, it's crazy what's going on, and nobody knows. Nobody even cares to know. Who gives a fuck what I'm saying?
Well,
Did you hear about the game tomorrow? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
You heard about the playoffs?
Yeah.
You heard about you heard about this and that? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Are you going here tonight? Yeah, hey, what we eating tonight?
But
Like,
I mean,
it's all about.
That's the beauty of, shit like this. That's the one thing that I will take away from media and taking away the middleman on certain things is like podcasts like this. Is that we're free to have these type of conversations and put it out there, and whoever wants to listen is free to listen to it. But the thing is that especially a guy like me, I'm not saying shit just for clicks and just for attention. I'm saying shit because of my experiences, what I've seen, and what I feel like is not. And it's not just a more whole way of living as a person.
Right.
Not trying to feed into certain stereotypes, not trying to satisfy certain people, not trying to whatever. It's just like you were saying, when you're doing something wrong, you get that feeling in your stomach. Right from, or like not right from wrong, but like if you're doing something that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel like that is you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing in a sense. But you're gonna still do it or not. You still get that feeling. You know what you're doing. And if you want to ignore that feeling, hey, that's on you. But then
There's consequences.
Just with everything, good, bad, or indifferent, there's consequences to everything, and that's what I feel like a lot of people fail to realize is that you could be doing everything right, and things go your way or whatever, and you're living the wholesome life, this shit, but that doesn't mean you're immune to bad shit happening to you, or you're not immune to feeling certain emotions, and it just takes that one time to act on that negative emotion, and then that can set your life into a whole different direction, a whole different path and shit like that.
Biblically, it's eating that fruit.
Yeah.
It's like you eating the apple, you think, okay, there's no harm to it. It's like there's consequences to knowing.
Yeah.
Like when you know, you suffer. You can't escape it. That's why you suffer.
Well, you were just saying, ignorance is bliss.
Yes, it is. And most people
the dumbest people are the happiest people.
It's comfortable.
Hell yeah.
And that's just the reality. And most of us can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this shit gets stronger when it comes to taking our attention or just exploiting us. It's becoming more innovative. More things come out. Everything's faster. And it has to be like that until they get away. And this is more of my theory. This is what I everything I know, this is what I think. Until they can find a way to biochemically control us, the media and all this shit is there.
Well,
like,
I mean,
until they're able to get into that blood subconsciously, you're breathing, you're not deciding to breathe.
Yeah.
You don't choose to breathe. You don't choose to make your kidney work.
Yeah.
You don't choose to make your liver work. You don't choose to make your heart beat. It's happened so many times that it's instinctive. It's in you. It's innate. It's happened so many times in human evolution, and that's what they're into. That this food, everything I'm telling you, we're under attack, bro. And
but I mean, that's happening.
Mind control.
I don't know how much
real. It just don't work like this. Like
well,
I'm sitting here telling you what you think.
The fact
mind
that
control looks different.
Have you? I mean, I don't know how closely you pay attention to like Elon Musk and people like that, but I mean, have you heard of the Neuralink? Mm-mm. That is so, and I know there's a couple other like tech companies.
I heard Elon Musk is like on that weird ass robot bullshit. Like I've heard putting chips in your brain and shit.
That's exactly what that is. There's a couple other companies like tech companies that are working on it. and that are, you know, essentially competitors to it. But essentially, it is cutting a piece of your skull out, replacing it with a chip, and it connects to the neurons in your brain. So then what?
But hang on, Eric. Why the fuck would somebody want that? Do you? Well, are they saying why I would want to do that?
What they're putting out right now for like the initial runs is to, you know, help cure chronic diseases like paralysis, blindness, deafness. You know, things that have no cure. It's not necessarily
for the masses. This is for the sick initially.
Preliminarily,
it's going to be for the ill.
Elon Musk has already been on record of saying he wants to make it a public thing. He wants to have, you know, the regular 9-to-5 person to have access to it, because then, you know, then you'll get Wi-Fi. You know, it's kind of like the Google glasses, shit like that. Just again, it's in your brain. You know, you can stream music straight to your ears. So there's no need for headphones anymore, shit like that. Which that's where it starts getting fucking weird, because then if you allow someone that much fucking access to your body, like you said, the neurological stuff, the biological shit, then they literally are in your body. And that eliminates that middleman of, all right, well, you need the headphones for this, you need the phone for this, you need the TV for that. It's like, well, now I'm directly in your brain. You can stream shit right to your fucking eyes. It's happening.
And for the ones
they've already done human trials.
The reason why it's going to happen is because it's all a part of slavery. Study slavery, the institution before it even hit Africa in the Middle East. Study it, bro. You'll realize that our children ain't gonna know no better.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they're gonna whether it's the generation that we're birthing or the next one. Eventually, they're gonna accept it. Yeah. Because it's just how you didn't see for hundreds of years, like say trans or homophobic people. Now it's accepted. It wasn't accepted like that. You had to be in a quote unquote what? In the closet.
Yeah.
Ain't no closet no more. That shit's gone. And that's no diss to know. I'm saying, what closet you talking about?
Yeah.
That shit been destroyed. Like, I'm gay and I'm proud, like, for the people out here.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they feel.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, it's going to be the same. Like, I want to put a chip in my head.
Well, I think it's
what
more,
do you mean? Like, no one's going to be there to save them.
It's more for the, I think at this point it is more for the, like people are looking at it as more the convenience, because that's what, you know, things are gearing towards, like Uber Eats, you know, it's for the convenience, you know, the fucking.
And that's why the generation going to be susceptible to it.
The groceries, that's, you know, getting delivered to your fucking door, Amazon, all this shit. It's
video games.
We're becoming too much of a convenient society, and that's going to be the downfall of, I mean, have you seen WALL-E before? I'm sure you've seen fucking WALL-E before, with the fucking robot, and it's a Disney movie. Watch that shit.
I don't watch too much TV.
Bro, watch that shit. It's fucking.
It's on Disney?
Yeah, it's Disney. It's on Disney Plus. Yeah, it's a Disney movie. But you know, the Earth becomes so inhabitable that they have to build these big ass ships, and they have this little. It's about a little cleaning robot. He stays on Earth, keeps on doing his job. But then, you know, everybody's in space on this big ass ship, but they're in like big ass chairs like this, fat as fuck. Everything's convenient at the touch of a button. Shit like that. Like, you know, exercise isn't necessarily promoted. You know, what you're putting into your body isn't necessarily promoted. You know, things like that, which was kind of, and I hate to go into conspiracies and shit like that, but you know, with COVID and things like that, bro, at no point was it ever really like pushed to like, you know what, if you're a high risk person, why don't you just watch what you eat? Why don't you get some more exercise in your body? Why don't you do these things that are simple preventative measures that so. And if you need the vaccine, obviously there was a percentage of people that are already in high risk, so the vaccine would have worked for them, would have helped them, whatever. But like a majority of people, if you exercise, watch what you're putting in your body, and you're young and relatively healthy, like it really wasn't going to affect you like that. But you didn't see mainstream people pushing that. It was vaccine.
Right. So, bro, it's kind of like when we were talking before we started this. You have to deal with the root of things. And the root of us human beings is mind, body, soul. There are three separate things that are connected. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, your body has a mind of its own, and it's your gut. I'm telling you, your gut is the brain for your body. This is why when something happens, like you're scared or something, you feel it in your gut.
Facts, yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
Oh shit! Whenever you fucking take mushrooms too, you feel that shit in your fucking belly,
bro. It's all your gut is talking to your body, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you. And what I'm saying, and it's all connected. And you have to get your body under control. Us, the people who really want that change, it's mind over matter. A strong mind is a strong body. And a lot of times we're dealing with the symptoms, not the root, the hemorrhage, the
putting a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, stop dealing with the Band-Aids of things. Deal with the roots. Stop. We like to deal with symptoms. Like even let's say New Year's resolution, people want to lose weight.
Yeah.
That is a symptom. There's a root cause to why you're gaining weight.
Yeah.
But we get caught up in the symptoms of I need to lose the weight. Why are you gaining the weight?
Yeah.
Shift the perspective. Shift the focus. And there's power in that. How you see it. It's all about how you see it.
Yeah, but like you said, what we've been both saying, and I say that when I talk to people just on a everyday basis, it's hard for people to see that. It's hard for people to see what's right in front of their face.
It's hard to change, Eric. Like I'm sitting here telling you everything I'm saying, bro, and I fuck up, bro. I'm not perfect,
of course.
Bro. I bullshit. I don't be as sharp as I am. Sometimes I'm not disciplined as I know I should be.
Of course.
I'm just being honest.
Of course.
And it comes down to just that spectrum when I'm telling you, bro. It's a saying like, you got people who don't know what the fuck going on. You got people who know what's going on, but they don't say shit. And you got people that know what's going on and they doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like in that between.
Yeah.
Rooted from my trauma. But a lot of people are not in the middle. They're on the lower of, I don't know what the hell going on.
Yeah.
And don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And the people who know that's going on, they doing what they doing. And it's just deal with the roots, not the symptoms. A lot of people are dealing with the symptoms. And the shit that they talk about is rooted in the symptoms.
Yeah.
And bro, it all comes down to just knowing who you are. Know yourself, man. Study yourself. Know who you are, bro. Know what you like and dislike. Stop letting the world tell you things.
What's stuff that you do to practice that? What's things that you do to kind of, understand yourself, understand what makes you tick, what upsets you, whatever, just so you can understand yourself better to then, put that out into the world.
Majority of everything is from experiences. Being able to have certain situations and then being able to observe them and being able to soak that in and change and know. So, like, I'm just super aware of the things I do, whether it's good or bad, right or wrong. It's like, you can't bullshit the bullshitter before you bullshit yourself. Like, you can't bullshit yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And it just all comes down to awareness. I'm just really aware, bro. And there's certain things about myself that I'm able to even see, like, I know I need to give up, but I don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And, like, sometimes I procrastinate. Sometimes I don't give a fuck. Like, there's a lot of things I have to. What I'm saying is I lose focus at times. Like, I do. And, I'm comfortable, and that plays a big factor in it. Yeah. When I was younger and a lot more uncomfortable, I had a lot more progress or results, I would say. Yeah. But I'm not necessarily unhappy in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in a weird stage of my life of knowing certain truths and knowing certain things that I'm like, damn, where do I go with this shit? Like, I know this knowledge. I know certain things.
What do you do with it?
Yeah, what I do with it, like, I've been suffering with it.
Yeah.
Like, more, like, I care about people, bro. Like, I hate to see that people go through the things they go through. Like, majority of the world struggling, bro.
Yeah.
Majority of the world going through shit. And even the people you think that ain't struggling, like they in the 5-story house.
Yeah.
Not 5-story, 5-bedroom house, nice car. Bro, their kids are on tablets all the time.
Yeah.
Bro, there's no emotional connection, bro. And that's the most suffering.
Yeah.
Versus the person who may be in the hood, don't got much, but shit, man, we have party, like we family. Like, I know people love me.
Well, and
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing for me.
You
like,
can't look on the outside and judge it. You don't, like,
superficial things have never really, like, done it for me. Like, obviously, like, I want a nicer car, I want a nicer place, I want those things, but, like, from a young age, I realized that, like, the people that I keep around me, the company that I keep around me, the friends that I choose to keep around me, my family, the relationships that I cultivate, things like that. That's the stuff that's important to me. That's the stuff that I'm going to be able to take with me wherever I go. These mics, the TV that I got, my fucking car, this, that, whatever, like, all that shit's replaceable. These relationships and people that I've built with and have memories with and grown with, that shit is, once that shit's gone, that shit's gone.
Right.
To me, it's like, once you realize that and realize that superficial materialistic things are secondary, that's another step in the right direction of just being fulfilled within yourself, being happy within yourself, understanding that, like, right. I don't have it so bad. I have a nice little place, but I want to do more, but there's people that have way less than me.
Right.
So how the fuck can I wake up and be mad? How can I wake up and complain? How can I wake up and have, you know, wake up with it in a sour mood when I have most people in this country, and I'm talking this country specifically, are living beyond their means.
Right. But you're seeing the whole world as you are. You're not seeing the world as it is. So like how you feel is a reflection of how you see it. Mm-hmm. And you're blessed, bruh. You're in a blessed situation, and to be able to see this, majority of people won't ever be able to see what you're saying. And they will argue your ass to death. I can take you back where I'm from, that people would say, get this nigga away from me. And if you try to encourage them, you just want better for them, bro. I know people that like, what? Like, it would irritate them.
It's weird. Isn't that, that's been weird to me, because there's been times like where, especially I work in landscaping. So I work with
labor, blue collar.
I work with a lot of people that you know types. Come have that type of mindset, and it's like, but like why? And they'll say I'm corny. They say I'm this. They say I'm that. But it's like, how am I corny if I'm trying to? Again, I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy, but if I have something that I can share with you that's gonna better you, then how does that make me corny? How does that make me fucking pussy? How does that make me this? How does that make me that? It's like, I'm just trying to help you out. But if you don't want to take the help, that's one thing. But then that's, again, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself why you don't want to take this encouragement. Why don't you want to take, you know, the wisdom that, or the words that I'm giving you, or whatever? It's like, why are you fucking like afraid of that shit?
From someone who comes from that, bro. Not to say I was like that, but I come from that environment, bro. It just comes to belief, bro. Like the reality that you're suggesting to them is just unfond of, or just so out of touch of reach that it's almost like, you know what I'm saying? When you from the hood or you from the ghetto, a lot of times we associate shit with like corny or like white boy shit.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It's all about what we've been conditioned to think.
Yeah.
We think getting education, getting smart, doing better for yourself is corny, white boy shit. And it's like, it's just a reflection of the lack of education that a lot of impoverished people have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal. It goes back to what we were saying, bro. Yeah. We all take shit personal, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? If somebody was to sit here and call you corny for that, it's kind of like,
well, I mean, already most of the time I just laugh and be like, all right, I'll be corny then. Fuck.
You already know that they ignorant.
Yeah.
They don't even know, bro. It's like.
And there was a time, younger me would have taken it personally. But again, as I've gotten older, it's like, man, hopefully, you know, I say these things and I'll repeat myself and I'll say the same thing over and over again, hoping that, hey, if I talk to 100 people, hopefully maybe 10, maybe only 5, maybe even one person, bro, if it gets through that one person, I feel like at least, you know, it wasn't a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of words. It wasn't a waste of breath. I already know that out of 100 people, it'll be a fucking miracle if I were able to get through 100 people. Get through to 100 people, but again, if I can get through to one,
you know,
through
when
5,
you can talk to someone, bro.
Exactly.
You know, for the first 5 minutes, like this motherfucker ain't listening.
Right. You know. And from experience, it's a shitty feeling sometimes. Right. Like it's just like it is a very discouraging feeling when you're trying to say something and you could tell that people are disinterested.
Right.
But I mean, that's for me at least.
You're gonna have that.
Yeah, for me at least, like
everybody to know or feel how you feel. And if you do, that's narcissism.
Right.
Narcissism ain't necessarily all negative how they make it seem. Like a lot of us men, we are narcissistic.
Yeah.
Whether we're narcissists.
There has to be a healthy level of narcissism.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether we're full on narcissists or just have narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah.
A lot of men are victims of that.
Yeah.
And most men won't acknowledge. What you mean? I ain't no narcissist. You have some tendencies. And a lot of people don't admit that.
Hey, listen, I have asshole tendencies. I'm not an asshole, but I can be an asshole.
Right.
Hey, that's part of life. I have, you know.
are who you are, bro.
Exactly. And I just take.
They are who they are. Like, stop being a push. Like,
right.
A lot of shit that's be asshole shit necessarily be just like you taking it personal, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing is too, and like I said, I'll just sit there and laugh about it. And especially like, you know, if it's somebody that I'm working with, you know, if we're on the same crew or whatever, and I'm with them on a daily basis, inevitably there's going to be a moment that comes up that it's like, yeah, remember when I said that? Like, you see how all these things come full circle. And that's where it's like, that's why I like spending time. That's why I like having conversations with people. That's why I like, you know, revisiting certain things. Because inevitably what I'm saying is going to come back up eventually in your life. And it's going to be like, listen, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm not wrong either. You know, it might not work for you, but you could take what I said and make it work for you. Does that make sense?
Bro, yes, bro. It goes what I was saying earlier, bro. There is no right or wrong. It's just truth. Truth and righteousness.
Right.
That's all. There's not even lies. There's truth and distortion that we call lies. Lies is nothing but distorted truth. If I tell you a lie, I'm telling you the truth. It's distorted.
Yep.
It's so delusion. It goes back to that polarity. A lie is a truth is a lie. And you can't escape it.
I remember, I think it was the first time we recorded that. You said lying to yourself is a paradox because you know what the lie is. So you cannot lie to yourself.
There's no such thing.
You know how many people I've sat and told that to people?
And I'm glad you can comprehend that. But there's no such thing as a lie.
Bro, as soon as you said that shit, I was like, God damn, that makes so much sense. But you know how many times I've said that to people since then, and like, it goes over their head. But the people that it like clicks for them, it's like, it's like. And like seeing that the gears start turning in their head is such a fucking
bro. You can lie to me,
right? Because you don't know
your cousin, your mama. You can't lie to yourself, bro. A lie is the truth, bro. It's so deep, bro. And if they was teaching this in 5th grade instead of teaching me about fucking Christopher Columbus or goddamn whatever, like I'd probably be in a lot better situation. Like,
shit, hey, but
it's not designed for that.
Yeah,
that's what we have to understand.
They're designed to make puppets and fucking.
We trying to make workers.
Facts, yeah.
Like, simply, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. I ain't even saying it's bad. I ain't even complaining. I'm just letting you know, like, understand, like, life ain't fair.
Facts.
Fuck that. It's not. And if you don't think so, you need to open your eyes.
Well, I think, and that's something
there's no way life is fair. There's homeless people. People are hungry. And I get into that. Fucked up.
I get into that debate with a lot of people about fairness and the concept of fairness and all these things. It's like, listen, like, I'm as fair as I can be as a person, but the actual,
but you ain't life.
Right. So it's like, I can't make this, I can say what I want and project what I feel like the world should be, but what should be and what is are two different things. Yeah. Like, we should all be fucking prospering, having money. We all shouldn't be, there shouldn't be people going hungry. There shouldn't be people living on the fucking streets, but what should be and what is, there is people that are going hungry. There's people that are living on the streets. There's people the 1% that are hoarding all the wealth, when in reality, if they were to divide that shit evenly, everybody on this fucking planet Earth could live easy.
Bro, as humans, bro, we can all be raised and designed to be able to look out for one another, bro. African culture had that, bro. Like, if there was listen, remember, an individual creates a family creates a community creates a society.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, if you go study African culture, bro, just a while ago, bro, if there was, let's say, 7 families in the community, we all had 20 goats. One of the family had 15 goats. We gonna all make sure that they have more goats. Because if we don't and they start suffering, guess what? That creates somebody that want to steal from us.
Resentment. That's resentment.
How the fuck you, in beyond business, instinctively, if we're struggling, how can you expect me not to try to create a resource for myself?
Right. Yeah.
How can I not want to go steal? Mm-hmm. You're setting me up. I'm a human. I got
gotta survive.
It's so deep. We don't look after each other like that.
Not at all.
We don't have that community perspective, bro. We're so individualistic that it's like your problem is yours. And I understand why we're like that. I'm just saying it's a revolving door. We're only going to destroy ourselves.
Yeah.
Because as humans, bro, we are meant to be together and talk, bro. And bro, we could feel such deep empathy for each other, but it would never happen because there's too many barriers. Right. It would never happen.
Right.
It's over. I'm telling you,
especially
bro,
at this point, we're so far, we're so in deep.
Over, bro.
Yeah.
The only change that ever's gonna have, is literally my tattoo, bro. Death, bro. For you would never be free without death. If you're not willing to die for what you believe in, bro, sit down like I said. Dance when I tell you to dance. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. It's control, bro. Because in the ultimate, they're going to control you with fear. Shit sweet now. Or they'll turn it up on your ass and start threatening you with fear. I guarantee you most people getting in line. That's how we got here. They beat the fuck out of our ass.
But that was,
they lynched us. They killed us.
Even more recently, though, with fucking in 2020, with COVID, with all that shit, the fear mongering that was going on with that shit, and the
fear is how they get you, bro. And if you afraid to die,
with the election this year, that's what people, they will feed off that emotions. And that's the one emotion that you could get people to start making action. If you're feeding off of someone's sadness, someone might just, if they get sad, they just might retreat. They might retreat into themselves or whatever. Their happiness and they're content with where they're at. But if you get someone scared, that's the one reaction, or that's the one emotion that you can get people to act on things. Go vote this way. Go buy this. Go fucking stock up on that. Go fucking do this. Go do things that are gonna benefit the person who's causing the fear.
Think of a child, bro. Just think of a child, dog. Child gonna be free. Child gonna do everything it thinks. Nothing holds it back. Pop that child and see how
Facts.
recluse or how
they're not gonna do that shit again. Fuck.
Bro, that's exactly us, bro. You just go look, study, bro. We don't study, bro.
Yeah.
We don't study, bro. Just look at children, bro. Fear. It's the ultimate controller. Fear. Fear. If they start threatening to kill our ass, bro, we'll get in check so quick, dog. Just even like think about like with okay, you can go down to color like with black and white. Black people, they beat and killed our ass. Beat the shit out of us. White people, man, they was poor as fuck. Let's not, they may not have got lynched, killed and shit, and this ain't got nothing to do with comparison. White people were poor as fuck for a long time. The Irish, the Italians, the Germans, that's why they created the mobs. They was poor as hell. Yeah. And they suffered through the Great Depression, all this shit. They may not got killed, but they suffered, bro. So, and that's fear. They ain't never trying to go back to not having shit.
Facts. I
mean, you feel me? It all comes down to fear. It's just every group got controlled differently. Yeah,
and that's with anybody. Once you get to a certain point, you don't want to go back to where you were at. And most people will do just about anything to make the regression stop and keep on moving forward. When it happens, and that even includes stepping on people.
And when it happens enough, biologically, it gets into your DNA. That's the crazy part about this shit that we call life, bro. When it happens to you enough, you will reproduce it. Just how you reproduce a body, you reproduce your mind, you reproduce your soul. This shit is all about continuing creation. This life, it's so crazy, dog.
Like we were saying,
you don't just reproduce a child, bro. You produce other things, bro.
Yeah. The thoughts, energy, the mind, the fucking spirit that comes with that shit.
Bro, there could be something in this room right now that we don't see. Now, I'm not trying to get all Hollywood on you. I'm not trying to get all Disney. Suspend that. Get that shit out your mind. Get what you think I'm talking about. But there are entities and things that is around us that feed off of us, bro. Yeah. Just like how you can connect with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and stream, and you don't see what's going on, but it's working. Yeah. There's things here, bro, that's been here thousands of years, eons, the beginning of time, that deal with frequencies, bro, that not necessarily control us. I don't believe in that, but necessarily influence us. It's all about influencing energy, bro. Like nobody control you unless you want them to. Yeah. You have the ultimate power, hands down. The devil has no power. You want to get with Lucifer and all, man? You have the power. That's the illusion. The devil, quote unquote, makes you feel like he ain't making you do something. You want to do this. You chose to do this shit. Ain't nobody make you do this. This is some bullshit.
But that's the cop out.
But the truth, exactly. The truth is that we choose. Yeah. We have the power. Everything revolves around you, not the other way around. You project, the reality reflects. And it's just a simultaneous process until you die. Yeah. And it's just so crazy, Eric. Like the shit that we're not told. Like, you gotta go research and study this shit. Like, man, bro, I just read a book called The Psychological Chains of Slavery by Dr. Naim Akbar. And it just really hit me when I read it, like how they're doing it. Slavery it's still here. It reinvented itself. Yeah. Oh my God. They beat us so much and put so much fear that you're your own slave master now. You enslave yourself. Some of us can get around and have a more pleasurable life, more fluent life, but most of us are going to succumb to the beast within. Meaning all the things that you feed off, all the things that please the flesh, the appetite of the flesh, quote unquote, the beast, it will consume us. It's going to destroy us. All of us. Look at us. We're literally destroying ourselves. I'm smoking a fucking backwood. And I know it's poison. Yeah. I know what it's doing to me, and I still smoke it. Yeah. Because I succumb to the beast to a degree. Yeah. I'm not perfect, bro. I'm just being honest,
we all got our vices, dog.
Like,
we all got our vices.
Marley, bro, he had his thing. We all, bro, you can't get caught up in celebrity, bro. We all, man, bro. Whatever you going through, must believe a lot of people go through your same struggle. It just look different. Right. Your struggle might be meth. This person's struggle might be, I can't leave pussy alone. This struggle might be goddamn gambling.
I was just about
this
to say
struggle
that
might
shit.
be, let's say,
a food addiction. A food addiction,
bro.
Fucking, yeah.
Like, it just look different, but we going through the same thing. And if we can just comprehend that, oh, bro, we could help each other, dog.
Well, I think
we could change the world.
I think part of the problem
It's
is that people try to quantify suffering when you can't really. You can't.
It's necessary. Suffering is necessary. It's
But
absolutely necessary.
People will try and say, well, I'm suffering more than this person because A, B, and C. When it's like, well, that person is still, and you know, there's obviously variations of it or whatever, but in a general sense, that person is still feeling the same feelings that you are. But just because you don't feel like it's the same type of suffering, you're gonna just dismiss it or whatever. When in reality, if you see somebody suffering the way that you are, regardless of what the reason is, you should lend out a hand. Well, you should put your hand out and fucking.
2 things. One, when bears fight, can't they go through more than, let's say, when a lion fights? Most bears walk away from their battles, but with lions, they usually kill their ass. What I'm saying is, if you suffer more, you probably can handle more. Cause damn, if you suffering this much and you ain't changed yet, what it take? Goddamn. No wonder this mother. Yeah, they don't have to go through all this shit. Cause damn, this is enough. Yeah. Your hard-headed ass got to go through all this shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, and it's funny that
it's necessary. Yeah. It's necessary.
And some people, because
or we wouldn't experience it.
Yeah, I forget who I was. I think it was my sister, and we all, you know. I have 3 sisters and or 2 sisters. I have an older sister, a younger sister, and a younger brother.
Shout out Courtney, I love y'all.
Hey. But you know, we all grew up in the same house. Me and my sisters did, but we all kind of take different paths. You know, my older sister, she was the older one, so she was more of like, she just needed to see some shit to learn from it. Right. I was a little bit more. I can see some shit, but there's certain things that I need to experience. Even though if I've seen it, I need to experience it to learn from it. My younger brother, he needs to fucking break his leg damn near, and then still he might not learn from it. Right. But you know, it's just like you said, different people can handle different emotions, more suffering, can take more of an emotional burden and things of that nature, and that plays into it. But again, like, you know, it takes a certain type of person to realize and understand those things, and then not only understand it, but then put it into action.
Facts.
And there's, man, like the older I get, the more you start realizing there's truly levels to everything. You might think you know something. Once you figure something out, that opens up the door to the new level, and it's like, fuck, I don't know shit anymore.
Metaphysically, like what I deal with, what you're talking about, these levels, is nothing but frequencies. Mm-hmm. These levels that we speak of is what the root of it is, what it stems from, is frequencies. Mm-hmm. How do you vibe? You vibrate higher, you can go higher on the frequency. You vibrate lower, you go lower on the frequency of these polarities.
Straightforward shit, bro.
Yes, bro, but we get so caught up in the branches. We ain't dealing with the tree. Yeah. And the thing about dealing with the branches, that whoever's controlling this shit can have us so branched out. We don't even see the tree. We don't even see the root. We don't know what the fuck we at. We didn't even know there was a root. All we see is leaves. Yeah. We so far from the fucking truth. Yeah. Then you people like me see the damn tree like, oh my God, I'm about to kill myself. I'm about to lose my goddamn mind. I seen the damn root. Nobody seen the root. Yeah. Very few see the root. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Hey, hello. But you dig what I'm saying? We're so far from the truth, aka the root. We're so caught up in the branches and the leaves that when I tell you the truth, you're like,
huh? What?
I see leaves, nigga. What you talking about?
Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep.
Bro, man.
It's deep, but it's so deep, bro. I'm telling you, it'll make you go crazy. This is the shit that people talking the trees talking, like going through. In the road, these people be like, man, why he in the street on the bicycle? Man, listen. Drugs and other truths. And some of these drugs will trigger these truths. Yeah. It'll make them get in a loop.
I'm a big fan of I'm a big advocate of psychedelics and shit like that.
No matter what, you know the truth. You know everything that ever happened to you. You record it. Yeah. It's crazy.
I definitely am an advocate for psychedelics. I don't think it's for everyone, but I do feel like it the stigma is being broken, you know, more as time goes on. But, you know, I do feel like it helps, and it does open your mind. It's helped me. It's helped open my mind. It's helped me come to acceptance with certain truths, certain realities, certain things that I might have known, but I didn't want to accept, and things like that. And you just you have no choice but to be in your head, be in your thoughts, unpack these
Your
things.
truth. Everything you know that's true, you gonna deal with.
Yep.
Truth, we all have a personal truth that's linked and connected to the oneness of truth. We all know that truth that we deal with. It's just who we are. Everything I'm telling you, bro, is nothing that you don't know anyone knows. Whether you realize it or not, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's why you receive it, or that's why you don't receive it. The people who do receive it and able to communicate it, receive it, accept it. But then the people who's like, anyway, he still received it. That's why he rejected it.
Yeah. He's like, nah, I'll pass.
But it's still, bro.
Yeah.
We have a subconscious, bro, and it, like I say, bro, if you understand, you have to learn that there's more than you have your mind, you have the thoughts. You thinking the color red right now. You know, you're thinking, think of something right now. How you know you thinking that? When you dream, who the fuck is watching a dream? How do you know you're dreaming? Something's watching that. That's why you told me about it. Yeah. And if you can tap into the observer, the one who sees, doesn't speak. The devil speaks, aka. That talking, that chattering, that's Lucifer, which is you. God does not speak. God is silent. And it observes the truth. It doesn't speak, bro. You know. And you knowing is the silence, the observance, bro. And we're so caught up in that noise. Shut the fuck up.
Facts.
That ain't you. That's who you think you are. That's not you. Quiet the mind.
Like I said, the wise man don't speak.
Man,
the wise man don't speak.
Man, I just blessings to everyone out there, bro, who's dealing with the struggle or just fighting the beat. So everyone who's getting consumed, bro, because dealing with the devil's the destroyer. Like I say, get rid of the fairy tales. Get rid of the pitchfork and the devil tail. Get that out your mind. Yeah. That ain't Lucifer. Hell no. That's what man depicts it. That's not Lucifer. Nobody knows what Lucifer looks like. Nobody knows what God. This is, you know what I'm saying? We dealing with other men's stories. Yeah. You got to realize that. Like, all that shit they're talking about is them. They're reflecting themselves into this dialogue, this story that they're feeding us. They're no different. How else we know this? You telling me the devil and God wrote the Bible themselves? Who wrote the motherfucker? Man did. And when you deal with that, if you know yourself, you know man ain't shit. You know man's greedy. You know man will lie. You know man will thieve.
And
paradoxically, polarly, you know, man is honest. Man will help. Man will bless. But there's a polarity with us.
Even the honest and blessed man will tell it through their perspective, and that is a distortion of the truth in and of itself. Yes. So even if you're doing it with good intent, I mean, just naturally memories are you remembering a memory. So it's a memory of a memory of a memory of a memory.
Yes, and Eric, bro, what we're dealing with, bro, is capitalism, colonialism, and exploitation. And with that being said, we're so lost in the sauce that it can never be normal, bro. Like, what I'm saying is, bro, even the truth that we do know, bro, it's only one of a million, dog. Like, we're so caught up. We're so in the matrix. Like, to escape the matrix, you would have to die. There's no way you're going to be woke and think you're going to still participate. You got money? Then you participating. Yep. If you escape it, you telling me you ain't going to have no money? Because that's, as long as you have money, you're participating in the matrix. Yeah. So you're going to go out in the fucking forest? The hippies try to do it, and look what the fuck happened. Ain't shit changed. Because they realize they don't control shit. People are feeding us. People are housing us. People are teaching us. As long as you're participating your kids to the school, as long as you're going to the grocery store, as long as you buying that car, as long as you downloading that music, you are by definition and default a slave. And until you realize that, you will suffer deeply. Nothing will ever please you. You will always want more. More and more. Hence, iPhone 16. PlayStation 5. GTA 6 coming. Black Ops 6. Yeah. Do you not realize this shit? Bro, they are fucking attacking us.
Man, you're preaching to the choir, brother. You're preaching to the choir.
Man, this shit crazy, bro. Hey. And I don't know how I ain't fucking put one in my head or talking to a tree. I don't even know how I'm saying talking to you. Like, bro, it gets lonely at times, bro. Like, bro, if I didn't have my lady, bro, I don't know where I would be, bro. She's my moon. She's my rock, bro. She's my lady and my child, bro. My children, like, bruh, I be suicide sometimes, and it's them who make not suicide in the sense that I'm gonna do it, because I don't think I could, but in the sense like, damn, I be thinking about death. I be thinking about ending it, but they keep me strong. Like I can't say I'm like just suicidal. Like in the sense like, oh man, he okay? Yeah, I'm good, but I'm honest with myself and I'm comfortable. I can have those thoughts and be okay.
Facts. Yeah.
I'm a mental parkour. You dig what I'm saying? I jump.
Mental gymnastics.
You dig what I'm saying? I can handle this shit. I walk the edge that nobody wants to go to. And I'm comfortable.
But that's part of figuring yourself out. I dance with the devil.
I ain't afraid. Come on, nigga, let's dance.
That's part of figuring yourself out, though.
Gotta go. You feel me?
That's part.
I know how far to take it.
That's
to
part
a
of
degree.
growth.
I'm still a victim. I'm still, this is not saying victim, but I'm still a product of my poor, quote unquote, decisions.
Yeah.
You can't make poor decisions or not so great decisions and expect shit to be sweet. If you do, you're lucky, and toodles, and hey, it's a blessing when we see those situations.
Right.
But most of us, bro, like you make a few decisions, it's not the healthiest, you gonna feel it. Right. You'll learn or you'll do it again. Simple, bro. It's so simple.
Man.
So simple.
Man, and with that.
Hey, follow me, man. Florida Finest One, IG. You did. We're gonna do more stuff like this, man. I gotta get out there to teach the people and show the people just a outlet, or a perspective, bro. I ain't trying to change nobody. I just want people to know that, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm a certified street psychologist, bro. Like I've been through a lot, bro, and I'm able to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, and this is what this platform's for. Fucking no hangover. This is what we're here for. We want to have talks, conversation, open conversations. I want people to tell me what their thought process, tell me what their experiences are, tell me, not just me, the audience, everybody. This is stuff that goes out into the world and is productive stuff. So with that, episode 202 in the fucking books. My dog Mike Lowe.
You know it. Next time, man. You already know.
Good shit. It's always a pleasure. Always. And as always, everybody love everybody.
It really is, man. You already know.
Yes, sir. Deuces. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was good, bro.
Yeah, that's what we do.
When we was doing it, bro, I'm thinking like,